for the YouTube. Take off this blazer. So, I need to hydrate. Alright, water is secured. Grab something to hydrate. That's what we do here on this channel. Performer, disabled, queer, latiné. This is Living Life in the Intersections. XOXO with Matt. Weekly videos. Subscribe and hit that bell. If you are an actor, this might be a little triggering for you. This is my self-tape setup. This is where I record all of my at-home auditions, my taped auditions. I was just recording an audition for something with casting networks that my agent sent me, and I just finished. And so I figured I'm already all set up, might as well say hello to all of you. What was really cool about today's audition is that they are specifically looking for a wheelchair user, and your girl's got her wheelchair right here. So that's nice. It's always nice when they're looking for someone disabled, so I can just be me and not have to think too hard about what mobility aid I'm going to use, because they said they want someone in a wheelchair, and I've got one. This week has been really exciting for a couple of reasons, and so I just thought I'd pop on really quick and share, I don't know, I guess celebrate these kind of small wins, but honestly they're exciting too. I need to stop calling them small wins. For me, they're a really big deal. I think I've been calling at least one of them a small win, something to celebrate, a small victory, because in comparison to what I think of as like actual content creators, these like famous people with millions of followers, what I'm about to talk about is like meh in comparison, but for me it's like really exciting. So the first thing is I just hit 2,000 followers on my Instagram. It's just so crazy to me that like 2,000 people follow me. I'm using my normal Instagram. It's my personal one. It's been public for like ever. And in May, when I booked my off-Broadway debut, and for those that don't know, this off-Broadway debut that I was in was a 3-person play, straight play, and it is not written for anyone with disabilities. The company that produced it, their mission is to incorporate people with disabilities, actors with disabilities, into plays that are not initially written specifically for someone with disabilities. So I got to play a dream role of mine, honestly, and use mobility aids on stage. And it was so cool based off my own experience with dynamic disability. So I used a wheelchair on stage, I used a cane on stage, and it was so transformative for me that I wanted to share about it and talk about my experience. So that show opened early May, and I started sharing more publicly online, making more reels. I got to take over some ticket sites' Instagram accounts, so that was really fun. And since May, I'm now recording this mid to late September. So since May, my account has gained, on average, 125 followers a month. That's so exciting. That's a lot of people that I'm not necessarily meeting in person. Like, they're just finding me online, or similar to maybe some of you, through the Explore page or through searches, through common interests. And it was when I started sharing my disability experience as an actor in New York City that I started to attract this bit of a following. I just think that's so cool, because a year ago, I was embarrassed to even use a mobility aid in a self-tape. I was bringing my cane into the room sometimes, bring my service dog most of the time into an audition in person. But something about like self-tapes, doing a video audition, there's no opportunity for a conversation. And so I was just so like nervous that if I showed my wheelchair, well, at the time I didn't have a wheelchair, but if I showed my cane in the video, in the shot, I was so nervous that people would immediately like discount me. And maybe that is still the case for some casting directors, but you know, if that's the case, I am going to show up to rehearsal with a cane. Even before that, if I get a contract, I'm going to have to negotiate accommodation requests. So really, why not just start from the beginning and be transparent about my disabilities? And since I wanted to start doing that professionally, I needed to do it personally as well. And sharing on my personal Instagram page seemed like the easiest segue for me to start doing that. And it also sort of like reintroduces myself to people in my real life who I've known for a really long time or knew back in the day, as you will. I was able-bodied most of my life for, like 26, 27 years of my life, or at least so I thought. That's how I was able to navigate the world. And a lot of people don't know me now or haven't seen me now in my chair or with my mobility aids, or if they run into me at auditions or in the city or whatever, people don't know what they can or can't ask me. And so, or like how I ended up this way. And so sharing publicly has been a great way for me to get more comfortable talking about my disabilities. And clearly the more transparent and honest I've become on my social media, the more people want to engage with my content, which is just really exciting. So I've been calling that a small win, but a few of my friends and followers have called me out on that on Instagram of like, no, this is huge. You should celebrate it. So we're celebrating. We've hit 2,000 followers on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, what are you doing? Go over there. Let's keep that number going up. And I also think it's really exciting. This was not going to be one of the wins that I shared, but I think it's exciting that we're almost to 50 followers here on YouTube. That's kind of crazy to me too, because I barely started this channel a couple months ago and I have not been as consistent as I've wanted to be with posting. So that's really exciting. Thank you for being here if you're watching this, and thanks for following along. If you haven't followed yet, I hope you will, and give this video a thumbs up. My other big announcement that I'm celebrating is, breathe, take a sip of water. You might only understand the gravity of this if you were a musical theater performer as well, or a dancer. Laduca shoes. Laduca shoes are like the dance shoe, the character shoe for Broadway. They make like custom shoes for so many Broadway shows. They are such great boot. I dance in the Laduca boots all the time. I have Laduca heels, Laduca taps. They're very expensive. It's taken me many years to invest in those. Some of them were gifts in college before I made my own money. Anyways, Laduca shoes. Big deal in the musical theater world. Their Instagram posted a dance video of mine dancing with my wheelchair on their Instagram on the grid. They didn't even just like reshare it in their stories like they do, which is really exciting too. Laduca this week posted my video on their grid on Instagram. So it's there to live. There I am, me in a chair. I'm going to pop in a screenshot right here of this fierce screen grab or freeze that they used. So exciting. I think this is so exciting for so many reasons. I mean, if any dancer gets their video shared there, it's like really, really freaking cool. But the fact that I'm in a wheelchair and I get out of my wheelchair quite a bit in that particular video, showcasing dynamic disability on the Laduca grid. Laduca Instagram grid. Are you kidding me? So freaking cool. I don't know for sure if this is fact, but I think I might be the first dancer with a mobility aid on their grid. And it's been getting tons of engagement, lots of comments and interactions. And at least in the comments that I've seen, no one's been rude about it. When we first posted the video, the choreographer, Chip, and I had posted as a collaboration on Instagram in June. One person commented, "But she can walk." Okay, that's fine. I wouldn't even consider that a hater or like a troll. That's a very common question that people have. It's like, wait, why are you using a chair if you can walk? And I just used it as a moment to educate. And I'm just like, well, 70% of wheelchair users are what is called ambulatory and can have some use or function in their legs. Video for another time. I just wanted to share those wins for this week with you all. I'm going to really try and get better about posting videos regularly again on my YouTube page. I got the vid, as you know, if you've been following, in July, and it took me like 6 weeks to really recover from the fatigue that lingered from that. And I already have chronic fatigue, so it was just really, really challenging for me to get anything done at all. And so I really just was working on like the absolute necessities. If my agents were sending me video requests, I obviously wanted to get those in by the deadline. That's my job. And just really trying to focus on healing and getting better. And now I'm feeling like my energy is back up to where it usually is. Still very tired. taking lots of naps, but I feel like my brain fog is sort of lifting and the creative juices are flowing again. And I'm just really excited to get back to this YouTube channel, this passion project that I've had noodling in my head. And so thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And I hope that if you're not following, you follow, and we are above 50 followers by the next video. Challenging you. And if you're already following and you think that this is a channel that someone else might enjoy, go ahead and share it. Or share one of your favorite videos of mine with someone else who isn't following, and then we'll for sure get above the 50 follower, 50, is it following? Subscribers? Is that what it is on YouTube? Clearly I'm still very new. Anyways, drink your hydration, whatever you chose. I hope that you stay hydrated. I'm not done drinking my water, but I am about halfway done. So I hope that you have stayed hydrated and have a great week. Cheers.